Thank you, Mr. Toastmaster. Good morning, fellow Toastmasters and guests. I would never sully or soil a man's reputation. But this morning, I want to report an incident. It was our Toastmaster, Clint Calvert. The dark side of Clint is he has a motorcycle. And sometimes he's been known to speed or drive fast. One day, Clint was caught speeding. He was caught by a rookie policeman. This officer was probably his second or third day out, and he didn't have his body camera turned on. Anyway, he comes over to Clint. He says, "Sir, can I see your driver's license?" Clint responds, "I don't have a driver's license. I haven't had one for many years because of multiple DUIs." Officer says to Clint, he says, "Is this your motorcycle?" "No, it isn't. I stole it. But I think the registration for the motorcycle is in the tool bag where I put the gun after I observed the guy putting drugs in the saddlebag." Well, by this time, the officer is a little taken back and wished he had turned on his body camera. He says, "I need a supervisor." So he gets on his radio, and immediately the supervisor shows up and starts querying our friend Clint. "Do you have a driver's license?" "Yes, I do," he responds. "Would you like to see it?" So he pulls out his driver's license and shows it to the supervisor. Supervisor looks at it. It's valid. Says, "Mr. Calvert, is this your motorcycle?" Clint responds, "Of course it is. Would you like to see the registration?" And he shows it to him. That's valid. Supervisor very carefully says, "Do you have a gun in your parts bag, in the toolbox?" "No, but you're welcome to look." So he goes over and looks, and of course there's no gun. He comes back and he looks at Mr. Calvert and he said, "Are there drugs in the saddlebags?" "I don't believe so," he says. So he goes and looks in the saddlebags, and there are no drugs. Supervisor comes back, shaking his head. He said, "My officer told me that you didn't have a driver's license, the bike was stolen, you had a gun in the tool bag, and drugs in the saddlebags." Clint just shook his head. He says, "Yeah, next thing you know, I'll tell you I was speeding."